All right, guys, real quick. Let's talk about telephone effects. How do you take your voice from this right here,
Stymix.
okay, to something like that? One more time. Let's hear it.
Stymix.
Okay, to something like this.
Stymix.
All right, one more.
Stymix.
Okay, cool. All right, so let me close these and let's get started. All right, so before we talk about this, I want you to know that some of you guys may already know Logic has presets that you can use. Okay, I'm not going to click on that right now. I'm just going to go straight to the point and talk to you. All right, so there are reasons why somebody might start with an equalization first on their chain before a gain, but I'll advise you always start with a gain, because a gain will help you to maintain the naturality of whatever you recorded, the whatever signal came. It will help you to maintain that as you effect it with other, plugins. Okay. So first things first, I add a gain. Okay. And that gain has a gate in it. Okay. Some of you guys might have a look that looks like this, all this. Okay. It doesn't matter. I'm using an old school style. I like old school stuff. All right. So again, to just, help.
Stymix.
Okay.
Stymix.
Okay.
Stymix.
Okay.
Stymix.
Cool. Just a game. All right. So then we have an equalization that looks something like this. Without equalization, here how it sounds like.
Stymix.
All right. With the equalization.
Stymix.
Cool. Without.
Stymix.
With. Okay. So what is the concept of the equalization? Okay. Let's erase it.
Stymix.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a low cut. Okay. Here's a low cut.
Stymix.
The goal is to get it to 1K.
Stymix.
Okay. And then some of you guys might like to leave this slope for certain ranges to pass through. I don't like that. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna do a very hard cut. Okay, cool. Then I'll do a high cut. I try to get it to the 2K. As long as you get it between the 2K and the 3K, it doesn't matter. Okay, just get it somewhere close. Okay. Same way. There's a slope here. I'm gonna cut it. Okay. Cut it because I don't want it. So cut it as much as possible. Okay, cool. So the next thing is I have this range right here. I'm just going to slide it right in between the 1K and the 2K. Okay, between the 1K and the 2K, and I'm going to just lift it up. Okay. All right, and when you are lifting it up, be careful not to boost it all the way high, thinking it's gonna help you a lot. Okay, just keep it simple, keep it very subtle, keep it very subtle. Okay, somewhere like here is fine, or here, so try not to kill yourself, keep it simple. All right, so with just two processing, we went from this, just a female voice, to a female voice equalized. Okay. All right. Then I add a final compression. All right. Some people won't do that. Some people will just leave it as is. I do that. The reason is because I'm working on the music. Okay. And I want to use similar chain processing as possible. Okay. And then I add that to it. Okay. This one is from Waves. Okay. If you don't have any of the stuff that I use for RVox, you can use this in place. Go to your regular Logic stuff, go to Dynamics, go to compressor, and based on whatever you're working with, you can pick according to. Okay, and then if you want to use classic VCA, platinum, whatever, use that. Make up, say your threshold, add whatever you know your attack. Okay, if you need to increase the input, sure, do whatever you need to do to get it to sound good. Okay, cool. If you need to do equalization, you realize I didn't have to use this equalization. I could have used one of my wave stuff. Okay, but I just keep it simple when it comes to equalization because I'm not all that big on trying to trying to use just strictly wave stuff. Okay, I like certain things with Logic. All right, you have stuff like VEQ you could use. Okay, and you could use that to equalize the different ranges that you need. Okay, for waves if you're a waves user. Okay, and I want to think. What are some of the ones you could use? Okay, if you want to use let's see. Well, this is not necessary here. Yeah, but I barely ever use my waves EQs, but there are some. I'm not saying there are not. Okay, there are some you could use. Okay, and equalize it however you want. Okay, this is a multi-band processor, so you can use this or multi-band equalizer. You can just use it to do whatever you need. Anyways, there's all kinds of things you can use. All right, so do what you think is necessary. All right, then it comes to effects. Okay, right. So effects, what you need for this is reverb and a little bit of delay. Okay. So some people might just put a reverb right on top of it. Okay. For me, I don't like how it sounds. Let me just show you both ways so you just get it. Okay. I want you to understand very well, so I'm going to take my time to teach you. All right. So if you want to put on reverb, all right, this is what we're going to get if we just do it the way I just did. You can't really hear the quality of what we recorded. It's affected. So then what we need to do, okay, let me set it to play. That's not an important step. I'm just doing that, okay? The important step is here, wet and dry. Keep in mind, the more dry it is, the more you're going to hear your natural voice. The more wet it is, the less you're going to hear your natural voice. So what does that mean if you're going to do it this way? That means you're going to get it in between the two, okay? To really get that plugin to work the right way. So in other words, it sounds like this as it is. If we comment we kill it all the way, we can hear all our voices. And then if we add a little bit, we get the effect a little bit, okay? Okay, cool. So that's one way. Same way with delays. If you want to use a delay, okay, and you put it right on top of it, you hear how it sounds? All right, it might sound cool. It might sound cool to you. It doesn't sound cool to me. All right, so I don't like that. So what I'd rather do is I'd rather put it on buses. Okay, so the same stuff I showed you on a bus. Okay, so the reverb is passing through this bus right here. Okay, and it's not affecting it as much. It's just laid back and just right in the background. You can barely hear it. And then there's a delay that is also happening too, okay? And it's just right in the background and it's just sitting on it, okay? So this is what you have if you use the processing that I'm teaching you right here, okay, to get this done, okay? So this is what you have. Now, someone might be asking, why are you doing this, okay? I'm doing this because, say you're doing music and you're like, hey, I want to put my signature in there. I want to promote my brand. That's why you would do something like this, okay? So for example, I'm working on somebody's song. Let me play a little bit of it for you. And say I'm working on it and I don't know, I don't have my branding in there. So maybe the music is playing, my thing needs to, my signature needs to come somewhere. And so that's why you do this, okay? So if you listen to the whole thing, this I just soloed a few things because I can't hear it. Play the whole thing. Okay. By the way, this is a client that I'm working with from she's from Africa, but I think she is currently based in UAE, United Arabs. So, anyways, just let's get to the point. So here, you guys hear that? Okay, so that's what is happening. I'm just adding. I'm owning the song. You get it? I'm adding ownership to the song. I'm adding my signature. I'm being part of the song. So that's what that's for. For those of you guys who like that. Let's listen to it if I didn't do the processing, how it would sound like. This is how it would sound like without the processing. It might sound okay for you to get a natural voice, right? But for some of us who are very artistic, we need something like this, okay? Got it? Cool. So you guys get the idea? So that's how you have to do it. The most important step here is your equalization, which is the EQ, okay? And then adding enough compression on it to bring it up, okay? But the EQ is the most important thing out of the whole chain to really get it here. Because say you don't have the EQ done the right way, this is how it sounds like. Everything without the EQ. Big difference. It still sounds good because of the processing, but still sounds good. But if this is what we're shooting for, please don't forget the EQ. So the EQ is the most important thing. Here's why it's important. Because without it, you lose everything. However, watch this. Without a reverb, I don't lose anything. It just makes it good. Without the delay, I don't lose anything. I don't lose anything. Without my final compressor, I don't lose anything. See? Without my beginning compressor, I don't lose anything. So you guys get why that is important. However, without my EQ, I lose a lot. Okay? So that is why it's important to not play with that. Okay? So your EQ is the most important thing. Okay? Because if I don't show you this way, you will not understand why it's important. Okay? So that's what I'm showing you. All right? So guys, like I said, instead of using Alvox, you can use any of the larger compressors in place, okay? Instead of using channel EQ is Logic, so that's simple. You guys know that, okay? Instead of using this here, you can use another one of Logic compressors, okay? That's fine, all right? And then, of course, instead of using the verbs that I use, you can come inside Logic and go to Reverb and pick one of those reverbs that you want. Space Designer, a lot of people like to use it. However, Platinum Verb, wherever that is at, should be a good one, okay? Wherever that's hiding. Okay, and delays, all right? You have that here. Stereo delay is a good one. Tape delay is a good one. You just got to know how to use it, all right? Delay Designer, if you understand how to use it effectively, sure. I don't really mess with a lot of Logic plugins. The only thing I really use in Logic is the EQ. All right, that is basically the only thing I use. However, I have wave stuff that I can use alternatively if I need to. All right, cool. So now let's talk about the preset. The preset. Okay, so now you have this preset right here. You have this preset right here. Okay.
Mix.
Cool. And it sounds normal here. However, what if you're convinced, hey, Logic might have something that is maybe a telephone effect. How can we find that? You search, you see voice, cool, voice. You come through, blah, 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 blah. You see telephone voice. I'm like, oh, voila, that might work, right? Okay, let's find out. Cool, let's play it.
Stein Mix.
Okay, it sounds something like it, but is it the same as what we have? You be the judge of that. So let's go. Let's do a shootout here. Logic's preset.
Stein Mix.
Okay, Stein's preset.
Stein Mix.
You be the judge and you tell me which one has the better color. Okay, cool. So if you don't know how to do any of the stuff that I did with the actual processing, okay, this is what you could do. You could pick a preset, and then with a preset, you can modify or make tweaks. For example, we realized that in our regular, oh, I didn't even add my EQ to this. Sorry about that. Let me show you once again. So Logic's preset.
Stein Mix.
Okay, that is Logic's preset. Okay, and then this is Stein's preset. Well, not Stein's preset, Stein's mix. Okay, one more time, Stein's mix. Okay, cool. Logic's preset.
Stein Mix.
Okay, so you be the judge and tell me. All right, so when we come in the chain, we said the most important thing is the EQ. So that means Logic is probably not doing the EQ the way it needs to be, right? I mean, sorry. Yeah, Logic preset is not doing this a similar thing. We can tell it looks a little bit of the same. It looks like it has a low cut here, a high cut here, and a big boost here, but that looks weird, right? So we come here and it's definitely not what we're looking for. Plus, it has some other gains in there that we didn't call for, okay? We cut all those out. So what we want to do is record default, do a low cut. This is for those of you guys who don't understand mixing entirely, and you just, you just need to just modify presets, okay? So you do it that way. All right, remember our rules, right? Just use your rules to work as a guideline to work. Okay. All right, cool. We bring this in here, lift it up right in the middle. We're good. All right, so let's see if with this tweak, it helps us.
Stein Mix.
Okay, a lot better without.
Stein Mix.
With it.
Stein Mix.
Okay, it sounds a lot better, right? Cool.
Stein Mix.
Cool. So it sounds a little better, right? However, certain things might not be helping it to sound the same way as the way I wanted it, right? You might have to take certain things out and then do it and then continue the processing from there. Okay, it sounds a bit cleaner. Okay, and then this is what I have. Cool, and then this is what Logics have. All right, so you can affect it a little bit. Let's see what their buzzes will do to it. All right, so you decide. All right, so the point is, I don't think Logic's preset will do it for you. However, you can make adjustments and let it work. Okay. All right, cool. So that is how this works. Okay. Now let me talk to you a little bit about vocal processing. Okay. So the purpose of why I'm teaching you vocal processing is this. Basically, you have your music, right? And remember, this was done off the vocal chain of the regular stuff. This is what I mean by that. If you look here and you look at Stein Mix, everything we did, you see it has an RVox, okay? The regular vocal chain all have RVoxes, okay? That is our initial compressor, okay? Then it has EQs, okay, to really deal with the dynamic ranges and stuff like that, and take out certain things we don't need. Okay, so an EQs there. Okay, then we have our final thing here. Now you realize I have exciter and auto tune in between. I don't need that for what I'm doing here. That's why it's not there. Okay, and of course you realize there's a delay here. I don't need that for the music, okay? Every music is different, okay? So let's group these guys here, okay? And let's play a little bit of it without and with, so we see what those cleanups did to the vocals, okay? So you realize um, it has all these things plus the reverb, okay? So let's play without, all right? Again, this is some African music, okay, with a little bit of compression, okay, with equalization, sounds beautiful. A little bit of exciter, okay, this is how exciter looks like, okay, just a little bit, just to add a little touch. All right, a little bit of auto tune. All right, these guys sound very good, so I didn't really mess a lot with the auto tune. It's very minimal. I didn't kill it too much. All right. Of course, our final compression. Okay. Cool. And then a little bit of reverb. All right, so that's how it sounds with processing. Okay, so that's why it's important you understand processing. Vice versa, you can choose to come here and pick voice and do whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, is that really going to get you what you want? Maybe not. Okay, so just pick and choose your own poison. However, you can learn the basics like I'm showing you and do pretty well. Okay, so with everything that I just showed you, okay, with everything I just showed you, if I play a little bit of the music from the work we did here and then the one of the backing vocals without the lead vocal, because I don't want the lead vocal to be heard, so I muted it on purpose. Okay, so with a little bit of what we did versus this, let's a little bit of, you know what we should do, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. It's better. So this is what I'm gonna do. Without those effects, okay, or without those cleanups. Let me put it that way. Okay, without the cleanup, natural as it is, with a little bit of compression, just so you can hear it. This is how it sounds like. Okay, this is the natural way without any of the work we did. Okay, then it gets to the vocals. Okay, with a lot of the work we did, this is how it sounds. All right, so with everything added back up, it sounds like this. Okay, the vocals. Cool. All right, so guys, that's how it sounds like. Okay, of course I have my mic on, so I'm using the computer audio to talk to you guys, so you guys might be hearing all that sound. Don't worry about it, it's not going to be part of it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play it without my microphone. You will not hear my voice anymore after I play it. I'm basically saying goodbye to you. Thanks for watching this video, and if this helped you, comment. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with your mixing. Is there anything you want to learn? Let me know. I'll be glad to teach you. I have a little bit of time nowadays, so I can help you out. Okay, if you need help getting your songs mixed too, I'm available for those services as well. Okay, all right, once again, this is Stein. Okay, I go by Stein Mix with you know, my music side, you know, when it comes to mixing, but my name is Stein. Okay, all right, I hope you guys have been blessed. All right, once again, this is L4C Multimedia. Bringing you this lesson or this tutorial. We hope that you've been blessed and this helped you a lot. All right, remain blessed. Like I said, I'm going to take my audio out and I'm going to play it to you so you can hear that the sound without my computer audio, input audio, playing in the background. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. You guys have a good one. See you in the next video.
Erati, untuma demo na metina.